Nice. Okay, so just as more of a formal protocol, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Bhairab. It is a great pleasure to have you here with us today.
Yeah, it's good evening here now already.
It is great. Well, we
Yeah.
were talking about India, and we are very curious about what you're going to share with us today in the morning. So just to give a little bit of a context, this is a class that is a joint class of 5 professors, but not everybody has class at this specific time. So who is here right now is my class on creativity and innovation in organizations. Professor José Márcio's class, which is an international business, and also some students of accounting as well. So it is a part of an internationalization project on international career development project. We welcome you a lot from the side of the management department. It is great. I'm thankful that you accepted to participate, sharing with us some of your thoughts and entrepreneurship environment over there in India. And I'm going to hand over to Professor José Márcio, who is the director of the School of Management, Economy, Accountancy, and Public Policies here, just to say some welcoming words, and then we hand over to you back again, okay?
Okay, great.
Dr. Patra, welcome to the University of Brasilia.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for talking about these developments that's going on in India. We know quite well that the Indian economy is doing very fine. It's one of the fastest growing economy in the world. We know quite well that the Indian economy is one of the most advanced in terms of IP, extremely competitive worldwide. And our university is one of the biggest universities in Brazil. Our community is about 5,000 people together, lecturers and 50,000 students. And we're doing this effort in order to internationalize our department and our faculty and to offer our students international opportunities. We're extremely happy that we managed to have agreement with your university, and also very happy to talk about our students, the opportunities that they can have outside Brazil and the big opportunities that they can find in Asia and in India. So thank you very much for addressing to us with this interesting topic that you propose. Thank you very much.
Okay, pleasure is all mine.
I'm just going to reach out to your bio, okay, and then we start. So thank you, Professor José Márcio, for your welcoming words. So we have here together with us today Dr. Bhairab Chandra Patra. He's currently an assistant professor at Washington University and teaches entrepreneurship and related subjects to students. Recognized as a leader at Washington University, currently working for enabling entrepreneurs in rural areas in the vicinity of Washington University and digitalization in rural areas. He has done his Bachelor of Technology in Biotechnology, holds a Master of Technology in Appropriate Technology and Entrepreneurship from the National Institute of Technology, Arunachal Pradesh. Holds a doctorate from the Department of Management Studies, Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, with a research focus on entrepreneurship. He's also a certified entrepreneurial trainer for Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. Okay, so welcome to our session today. Professor Bhairab, please feel free to start your presentation.
Yeah, can I share my screen?
I'm sorry?
I want to share my screen so that like people can see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, is it visible? Okay.
Yeah, you can see it. Thank you.
Okay, so good morning, everyone, again. And it's nice to have you all here. Uh, I'm seriously very happy to have a session for you. Today, we'll be talking about entrepreneurship and innovative environment of South India. First of all, let me take you through the share of some details about startups. So as we know, there are lots of startups across the globe. And when we come to the share of startups or the number of startups across the globe, there is one blue share that you see that covers almost 55% of the total number of startups. And that is from US. Okay. And when we come to India, we see that in the number of startups, India comes second all over the world. Then coming to the category of startups, there are various categories in which like startups have started. The major categories are like fintech and healthcare has taken a major boost after the COVID-19 pandemic, as we know. And there are, if you know about the vaccines that were manufactured in India, uh, like India was one of the largest manufacturer of vaccine across the globe, and it supplied even like free vaccines to many countries. So due to that, the healthcare startups grew up a lot, and fintech covers the financial matters and money related matters in association with the technology. So like fintech is also a big part. Then AI, like artificial intelligence, we all know uh, it helps in enabling like all the startups. So it is also like a growing startups, and the rest of the things are like gaming, ad tech. Ad tech is also increasing, as we know, like even like we are connected through ad tech, right? Because like there are many universities and colleges who have taken up the online platform and are using the ed tech platform, like education tech platform, for imparting education, taking their exam. If you know, like there are even some websites or like apps which allow to have proctored exams. So even proctored exams can be taken through online. Okay. Then there is cyber protection, agri-tech. We'll go to the next slide. Okay. Yeah. Then we come to the funding, enterprise funding of like countries across the globe. And again, we see a green part that covers the major chunk, and that is US. Okay. US is the largest funder for like novel enterprises or entrepreneurial firms. But when we come to the second largest country which does funding, that is China. When we see the number of startups, there is India like in the second position. But when we come to the funding that is given by countries for their startups, China comes second, and like UK is third, and India comes fourth in position. Yeah. Like before we go to the concepts of entrepreneurship, these are some of the basic entrepreneurial definitions, or from where the term entrepreneurship started. Like Richard Cantillon was the person who coined the term entrepreneur in 1755, and he defined an entrepreneur as an adventurer who takes up business to gain profits. And then there was Adam Smith, who came up with the wealth of nations, like who showed how nations can grow in wealth through entrepreneurship. Then there was Jean Baptiste Say, who told that entrepreneur is like divided of is made up of two terms, that entre and prendes, which means to swim or to work. Okay. Then there is Joseph Schumpeter, who gave the theory of economic development, and he's also known as the father of modern entrepreneurship. Then Frank H. Knight told about the theory of uncertainty, how uncertainty plays a major role in entrepreneurship. How they're like, if we take example of COVID-19, that was also an uncertainty, right? Like that there was a major disruption in like entrepreneurial firms, like the supply chain markets, everything, because of like the unseen factors. So he came up with the uncertainty theory. Then Eleanor Brantley, uh, he showed the importance of women in the field of entrepreneurship. Then Kent et al. Like gave an encyclopedia on entrepreneurship, and Shapiro and Sokol gave the entrepreneurial event theory, which states like the journey of entrepreneurship is like an event in which there are many factors, like the self-confidence is important, social factors are important, financial factors are important. So that he defined. Then coming to the start of entrepreneurship in India, this the mindset of people was framed towards entrepreneurship through the then latest factory system that was brought about by the British government, which was then ruling in India in 1855. And then few of the major pioneers who worked on entrepreneurship in India were Tatas, who are like Parsi people who believe in like the greater good kind of thing, like good thoughts, good words, good deed. Even when we see Tata in like today's time, we see that they donate or like use major of their earnings for CSR activities or like the community services. They spend almost 60% of their earnings for the community services. So the Tatas brought about like the entrepreneurial revolution in India, and they started with like textile industries, then went into like the steel industry, and like they have now gone into like service industry as well. And then Tata showed like how the personal values can be converted into social and community values, and the value system was based on the thoughts of the leaders like Jahangir Tata. And then we see about the women entrepreneurship in India. When we come to participation of women in India, we see that the participation is not that encouraging. Even though like women constitute almost 50% of the population, the contribution of women to entrepreneurship is very low, because like there are like categories of entrepreneurship, right? The small scale industries, the medium scale industries, the large scale industries. So when we come to the small scale industries, the participation is 20, 22, 25% for women in India. But when we go to medium and large scale industries, like the participation is even lower, like only 5 to 7%. So the total, like if we see the large industries, only maybe 7 industries out of 100 maybe are by women. Okay. And also like India also bagged the 3rd spot among all countries for gender gap. And it was revealed that like there is research or work needed on women entrepreneurship. Like women need to be encouraged. And for that, like the government has started many schemes for women, in which women are given loans without like interest for 3 years. And like there are subsidies for new entrepreneurial firms which are started by women for 3 years. And women also get tax rebates from, there are also like state-wise laws, because like we have around 29 states. So in every state, the laws are different. We are currently in Telangana, like Hyderabad comes in the state of Telangana. Telangana has like many ways in which they help women to be entrepreneurs through their policies. Okay. There is like Sri Shakti scheme, which empowers women, and like even banks give like interest-free loans to women. This is like sector-wise representation of male versus female in India. But the highest is like, I guess, education. In the education sector, the gap of men and women was lowest, because like many women are motivated to be like in the education industry, like they want to be teachers. But when we go for rest of the things, we see that like the participation of women like decreases a lot. Like coming to the manufacturing, mining, and even in arts and sports, and like fooding and lodging, the participation of women like comes very low. Like around in arts, it is around 12-13%, and in the fooding and lodging as well, like 10-11%. This is about the research I had undertaken for sustainability, and we saw that this is a word cloud that I had come up with. So there were many factors which were contributing to sustainability across India. Like there were like corporate social responsibility and the triple bottom line, in which like we see the people, profit, and planet. Okay, like obviously we have to see we have to go for profits, but we cannot ignore the social and like the environmental issues that may arise due to entrepreneurial firms. So all these like the economic activities like the profits need to be balanced with like the social and the environmental factors. Yeah, uh, this was again a research in which we analyzed the intentions of women to be entrepreneurs, and we saw like there were three major factors that were contributing to the thought process of women to be entrepreneurs. First one was like social factors, in which there were family support, culture, social perception, mentor support, and there was like personal factors like self-efficacy, desire for a. In the personal factors, or like among all the factors, self-efficacy or the self-confidence of women was found to be the most important factor. And in like the social factors, family support was found to be very important in India. And in circumstantial factors, education was found to be important, and education also played a major role in like moderating or like mediating the effects of other factors to entrepreneurship. Okay, if you are wondering like where is India, then I'll show you the yellow part is India. Okay, then okay. Then we come to major companies in Bangalore. Why Bangalore? Because like Bangalore is one of the major industrial hubs in India. Bangalore is also known as the Silicon Valley of India. We all know about the Silicon Valley of US, right? Many of the tech giants, they originated from like the Silicon Valley. So Bangalore is like the Silicon Valley of India, in which has the fourth largest startup ecosystem in terms of IT and digital startups across the globe, not only India, but across the globe. And why Bangalore is doing things right? Because like there are many parts of ecosystem, right? The entrepreneurial ecosystem, which are contributing as factors, like the government is supporting, like there is a strong motivation for like tech driven entrepreneurs. And even more interesting is like Bangalore achieved the highest cultural score. Yeah, even like when it comes to the cultural scores, Bangalore is like very open minded, and people have a strong media coverage. And coming to the startups, tech startups, Bangalore almost contributes 22 to 23% of the tech startups, uh, and has notable unicorns like Byju's and Zerodha. Baiju is like a major ed tech platform in which they impart education for like competitive exams. Okay, like engineering and like government services. So Baiju is one platform in which they provide many services for the exams. And Zerodha is like a trading platform in which you can trade any share you want. And if you're wondering what are unicorns, unicorns are like $1,000 billion companies. Okay. And some of the major companies, those are in Bangalore, are like Google India, SAP Labs India, and like Cisco Systems, Adobe, and American Express. And I would like to share one information. Google is the headquarters of Google is like of India is obviously is located in Bangalore. And then again, coming to Hyderabad, which is also a major hub for entrepreneurship and business related activities. You can see the red mark that is there in India, that is Hyderabad. Okay, it comes near the center. Okay, some major companies in Hyderabad are like Amazon, Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, Deloitte. You can see most of these are like service related companies. So Hyderabad is like very well known for service related companies. And like even Amazon is like, I guess, planning to set up one of the largest companies in India, like in terms of manpower in Hyderabad. Okay, and then we come to one of the information that is like T-Hub 2.0, like world's largest incubation center is located in Hyderabad. Why 2.0? Because like we already in Hyderabad, we already had a incubation center named T-Hub. T-Hub was the nodal center for entrepreneurship for all over South India. Okay, and the T-Hub is like the incubation center that is located in IIT Hyderabad, that is Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, which is one of the premier government institutions in Hyderabad. And the new incubation center that is going to be started, that is going to be started in Gachibowli, Hyderabad, and will be having an area of 5.2 lakh square feet. Okay, and is like and costs around and has a cost of around 276 crore rupees, and the information earlier showed that the building will house more than 1,500 entrepreneurs, like 1,500 startups. But as per the information that is being circulated now, they are planning to have around 2,000 startups across one roof in like the T-Hub 2.0. Okay, so that is going to be one of the largest incubation center across the globe, like across the world. Then coming to one of the initiatives that is being started by our college, and like I am handling the project as like rural entrepreneurship, in which we help the rural population in like solving their problems through entrepreneurship. Basically, it is like an awareness program for like the rural population, in which we share the benefits of going for like entrepreneurship. Obviously, rural population can't go for large scale industries, but we let them know the benefits so that they can at least go for micro or like small scale industries. Okay, in which we have started in the project, we have aligned various activities, but 4 SDGs, the rural entrepreneurship project aligns with are like empowering women to be entrepreneurs, breaking the glass ceiling in entrepreneurship, career orientation for school students, and imbibing entrepreneurial intention. Okay, in which the entrepreneurship, obviously SDGs are like the sustainable development goals that are given by UN to solve many issues, like there is poverty issue, like there is hunger issue, there is a issue for quality education, there is an issue for gender empowerment. Okay, so there are various SDGs in which the United Nations is trying to like what to say inculcate through various activities till 2030. Earlier, there was Millennium Development Plan, which was planned from 2000 to 2015. There were many goals that were achieved, but Now the United Nations has been working on the Sustainable Development Goals, in which there are, I guess, 17 goals, and the plan is to accomplish the goals by 2030. If not accomplish them completely, like have a part of them accomplished. Okay. Yeah. These are some of the pictures we are working on. We go for like education for like poor children. We are helping them start their business. If we find some business ideas from, we had a business plan competition also for children, in which they gave their ideas for businesses, and we shortlisted the ideas, and like I guess 2 are being incubated in our college. And we are also working on digitalization in the rural sector, so that they can know what are the benefits of digitalization. Like suppose, for example, the digital payment systems. How can they use the digital payment systems uh, to get money if they don't have the change to give, like the spare change to give extras? Okay. That is all about entrepreneurship now. I'll talk a few points about the benefits of exchange program at Voxen. These are 5 university pedestals, or like the 5 pillars of Voxen University, in which we have research, and then internationalization, and then entrepreneurial mindset, then company alignment, and ethics, responsibility, and sustainability. In research, we have like publications in ABDC, A, B, and all good journals. Okay. And we are also working on internationalization, in which many students have visited our college, as well as like our students have gone to foreign universities. Even like our professors have visited the foreign colleges, and foreign professors have visited our college through the internationalization program. Then there is company alignment, in which we do case studies for the companies, and we also conduct like management development programs and consultancy services for companies. And there are corporate projects also. Like we are working on a corporate project on digital farming, that is with Nosh Industries, that is located in US. And then we have ethics, responsibility, and sustainability. Obviously, like many of our works, as I told you earlier, are oriented with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, and we give like our undergraduate students and the postgraduate students, like we encourage our students to go for social entrepreneurship, in which they go and help people uh, to at least have like the minimum bear for living. Okay. And then in the entrepreneurial mindset, we are going for incubation, and then accelerating this incubation process, and obviously faculty entrepreneurship. These are some of the information that I told, like in various categories. Like we have 9,600 plus student campus strength, and these are some of the packages. And we have around 2,230 plus research articles, and 450 plus citations per school. Per school means we have various schools in our college. There is school for business, there is school for design, there is school for architecture, there is school for technology. So the basic citation for each and every school is 450 plus, and we have 35 plus patents and 100 plus MOUs. These is like a old data, I guess. We have even more like corporate MOUs and university MOUs now. And yeah, we are accredited by ACSSB and EFMD and AMBA. These are like some of the, these are regarded some of the good accreditation bodies across the globe. Even EFMD is like the accreditation process is again going on now and will be completed by December. And we have started various centers of excellence, in which we are working on various issues, or like various areas in which we can work, like business and entrepreneurship, financial technologies, diversities, inclusion, I'll not go through the details. I'm just showing it for like what all is going on. And these are some of the chair professors in with whom we are working on research. Like we have dedicated chairs to them, and in turn we work with them to come up with projects or like research which is like in a next level. And these are some of the industry experts. Those are working with Voxen, and we call them executive fellows. These help us in integrating like the academia and the industry, like industry academia partnership. This is like a video I wanted to share because like there is a lot of academic things I talked about, but I'll show you some of the fun activities that go on at Voxen. Is the audio like audible?
Oh, we are not hearing right now, but maybe you have to share again.
Yeah, I paused it.
On the phone.
I'll start it.
Okay, start. Let's see. I think we cannot hear. Is that anything going on?
It's audible?
Yeah, it's silent for us. Maybe there is something to click once you to share with audio.
Sorry, is it not audible?
When you go on sharing screen, there is like a little icon where you have to click to share audio as well. Did you click that, Bhairab? Maybe you have to go out of the sharing screen, and once you jump again in, you select it's on the lower border of the screen.
Okay, lower border of the screen.
Unshare and then share it again. And the screen.
Acha, okay. Share sound. Okay.
You want me to stop your sharing screen? Oh.
Yeah, is it audible now?
That's it.
Okay. Okay, so this was a video of one such event that is being conducted at Voxen. We have lots of such events going on at Voxen so that students don't get bored out of their monotonous lives and have something at the end of the day to go to. Okay. Okay. I have another video I would like to share. This is from an international student we have from Russia.
Hi, my name is Anna Baradulina and I'm exchange student from Perm State University from Russia. So it's been only 1 week since I went to Voxen University and I really enjoy being there and studying there. I enjoy facilities, enjoy doing my studies, my classworks, and I really like Indian nature because it's a perfect place to draw and to paint as a designer. And Indian food is really tasty, but it's spicy a bit for me. But I'm really happy that I'm studying here as exchange student for 1 semester on the program as communication design. And if you want to try Voxen University, go and study there because it's 100% that you will adore it. So I really like everything about Voxen, so go and study there.
Okay, that's it for my presentation. And thank you everyone for devoting your time to come to attend my lecture. And now I'm open to have a few questions if you have, like you can ask anything you want.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Vera, for your presentation. And it was good to see the university as well and somehow connect to the campus and how much fun it is. Definitely we have here some students that are interested in doing exchange, so they're planning their international careers. Well, and so everyone, I just wanted to check what you want to ask Bhairab once he's here, and if you have some questions, if you want to share some thoughts and ideas, so the floor is open for you. Can you start with a question from my side, Bhairab, since I'm here mediating the session? I was noticing you gave some attention to the woman entrepreneurship, and in that slide, it was showing how women, I mean, although usually less involved in entrepreneurship, there is the biggest participation of women is in education. So I wanted to ask you if you mean as teachers and professors, or if you mean as entrepreneurs in education.
No, as teachers in education, as teachers, professors, and like teaching staff in education.
And if you can give just like a background, if this is related to some cultural aspect, and why would be women more engaged in education, for example, compared to health?
Yeah, uh, uh, that is a very good question. I would say, in India we have a culture that women don't go for works which involve lots of labor, kind of thing. So when it comes to education, women are very motivated, and they study a lot for going for education. But when we go for manufacturing sector and like other sectors in which they can work, the participation is not so much. I don't know why, but still the trends are changing. Many women are motivated now to work in other sectors, and as you rightly indicated, women are also more in like healthcare industry. There are sisters uh, or support staff in the healthcare industry, and the major chunk of the support staff in healthcare industry is composed of women. So in healthcare also the participation of women is good.
Okay, but there is no I mean, they could participate in other sectors as well. It's just as history has been like that. It's no prohibition to work in other sectors, anything like that. Okay.
Yeah, there are lots of schemes. Even we have a reservation for women, especially for women, in which there are some seats reserved in each of the industries for women. But it is seen that only those seats are filled. Like they are not motivated to work more on filling the seats more, or get an extra give an extra effort for getting more seats.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm checking again if someone of the audience wanna set a question. And I have created here a dynamic. The students, they're sending me some questions. We have a WhatsApp group. So, so there is one question from Ana Luisa, and she's asking, how is India uniting the desire of renovating the rural side of the country with the desire to include women on the entrepreneurship, reducing the gap between women and men? So uniting the renovating rural side and include entrepreneurship. So probably some relationship between women and rural activities.
Yeah, I told you, na, the participation of women was highest in the micro industries, right? Micro industries are like very small industries, and those industries mostly come from the rural sector. So if we have a good participation of women, in India, there was earlier a saying of pickle and papad. Papad, these are like some of the what to say, regional stuffs that women sell by making at their homes. So there was a major, what to say, revolution for it, and women contributed a lot in the rural sector. So in the rural sector, if we focus on women entrepreneurship, I guess it can work for the economic development.
Okay, great. So we are warming up with the questions here, Bhairab. They're making, they will be, they want to talk about informal, let me just translate here, informal businesses. So the question is, what is the scenario of informal businesses in India? How does it work? And if there is some regulation, and what is the impact of the entrepreneurs in this scenario of informal businesses?
Okay, informal means you are talking about the unorganized sector.
I would say probably thinking, because here in Brazil we have a sector that is not, let's say, informal, is not regulated. The laws are not really
Yeah,
applied.
yeah.
Kind of, they don't belong.
Yeah, we call it the unorganized sector. So
Okay,
yeah, the unorganized sector almost contributes, I guess, 30 to 35% of the economy, because like we can't control all the people, and like all the people can't be salaried through the government norms. So there are like daily wage workers. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get your question. Like, what was it about?
Let me go back here to the question. So how, if you can just share a little bit more on how it works and where it happens, and how are the initiatives to try to regulate, if there is an initiative to try to formalize, let's say, to, and what is the
See,
impact?
in the informal sector, we have lots of things, like there are daily wage workers, there are like freelancers. We call them freelancers, who take up a task and they decide a particular fees for it, and they can work on it. So I guess there is no particular regulation for it, but it depends on the task you take, for like the projects you can take, or like even there are contractors. Contractors are like what to say, who do on a large scale. So under them there will be like many people. So there are regulations of taxes for them, but there is, I guess, no limit on what they can earn or how much they need to do.
Okay, so there was here a question about the pandemic impact on India economic scenario. So do you see any positive changes that pandemic has brought to universities in India?
Positive changes.
Changes, yeah.
The positive changes are like what we see now, like the integration among the industry, what to say, the educational institutes. Like actually, we are really achieving a sense of globalization through the like with the help of pandemic, I would say, because like we went completely online, because there was no physical contact that was allowed during the time. So there are, even I'll give you an example, like there is Coursera, right? Even some colleges have started giving credits for the Coursera courses that students take. So students need not come to the college directly. They can complete their what to say, their requirements through the Coursera courses, and they can directly have a certificate for it. Like even in their academic degrees, they can be included.
Okay, and well, there's another interesting question. I think probably comparing, we're getting curious and comparing Brazil and India. So does the Indian government also gives any incentives for creating startups? And maybe just connecting to the slide where you showed how US was sponsoring entrepreneurship, or the country that mostly sponsors. So if you can develop some more thoughts around that.
Yeah. We have a major initiative that is called Startup India Initiative. Okay. In the Startup India Initiative, there are many sections in which they talk on like the industry academia partnerships, the paperworks that are involved, and in the end, like the financial support or the subsidies that can be given to people. As I told earlier, there are many provisions for startups in which they get subsidies on interest they need to pay for loans. For example, there is one scheme in which if you take a loan for a startup, then you need not pay any interest for 3 years. So that is the kind of support the Indian government is providing. And even in industries, there are like some industries which I would say are like white collar industries, like which work for the environment or which work for the social good. They get additional like rebates on interest or the taxes.
All right, so there is also some funding to foster entrepreneurship and startups. They're great.
Yeah, there is seed funding as well. There are many funding agencies, not only the Indian government, but even the state governments, even the banks or like the angel investors across India. They provide seed funding for starting their business. Even our college, that is Voxen University, it provides seed funding for entrepreneurship. I have a seed funding for an app which analyzes intentions of like students, like why students are motivated for studies or like not motivated for studies.
Okay. Well, and here, Bhairab, I think they are very curious about exactly the woman participation, because there's many questions. I'm going to try to make some of the questions, but since this is also one of your fields of research, so they're asking, what is the perspective? How is the numbers changing along the last years, and how do you see the future of women entrepreneurship? Well, how do you see that changing? And I mean, are you optimistic about it? And is that getting, that change is slow, is getting faster? How do you see women entrepreneurship for the future?
Yeah, actually, I would like to share an interesting thing actually. The thing is, when we compare the number of startups by women in 2017, actually I did the study of startups in 2017 when the Startup India initiative was started, and the number of startups by women in 2020. Okay, and like there were many policies supporting women, and there were many funding agencies, support system for women. But the result was actually reverse. This number of startups actually decreased from 2017 to 2020. So there were again like initiatives taken after that, and like the root cause was being searched. Like what to say, there was no integration of practical experience for women. Not only women, like for children, like they need to get some hands-on exposure and some practical project from industries so that they get a taste of entrepreneurship kind of thing. And like still things are going on, people are working, there are many, what to say, there are many subsidies and like many courses and many schemes, as I told you, like the government and the banks. But still, like participation is increasing, but not at an encouraging rate, as I told you.
Okay, so not very good news on that realm.
Yeah, actually,
So,
lots of works need to be done.
okay. Oh, here's about a little bit about the technological aspect. Some of the students here are asking about innovation and technology. In the past, it was not something, I mean, the idea of innovation in technology was not immediately related to India. And now, since it had a lot of investment in that area, so how would you bring some reflections on that shift as well, on that change?
Actually, there is a lot of work that is like going on in the technology part. Actually, in India, the number of startups that come up all over across the year, we can say that almost around 60 to 70% of them are like tech startups now. And recently in 2022, we got our 100th unicorn. Okay, like there are government funded institutions like IITs, as I told earlier. There are many incubators which are directly, what to say, directly started by the government of India in these institutes. So they are working a lot on like the technology part, and in technology part, actually India is doing good, opposed to like the women entrepreneurship part. In technology, India is doing good now, and like as I told earlier, we got the 100th unicorn now, and like IIT Delhi is like a premier institute which has around 30 unicorn founders.
Mhm. Okay, oh, we have a question here from the audience. I think you have, please. So this is Professor Prisley, who is also participating in the session. I think you have.
Hi.
Okay, hi. I'm not sure if I can communicate properly in English, but I am confident that my colleague can translate my bad English to a good English.
Let's give a try.
I'm pleasure to hear you today. It makes me wonder about researches that we could develop together as a research. I am professor here in the Department of Accounting, and I study about international trade of agribusiness, Brazilian agribusiness.
Okay.
So I have two curiosities. One is what kind of products this rural woman produce, and the other if they export some of this produce.
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you. I got you actually. Your English is actually fine. Okay, thanks for the question. And there are two questions now. First is like what kind of things they produce, and the second is like do they actually export it? Do they actually export it? Yes, they export it. And the things they make are like mostly crafts, for example, bamboo crafts, like bamboo baskets that they make, even earthen pots or like earthen structures that they make, even tables, brooms, like small scale products. Okay. Even there are some like food stuff, which is like particularly what to say, geographical indicator of a particular region. Like as I told earlier, there are papad and then like there is buddy. There are lots of stuff that is made by women, particularly in these areas. The export is there for the non-edible parts, but for the edible products, I think the exports are very less.
Okay, so I think we are almost wrapping up. I'm going to set again the question of asking if any students want to come here to the front also. The questions, they're getting shy. Okay, I'm going to resume because there were some questions about the university, Bhairab, and some of them I will accept because it's more administrative and then I can help them with that. For example, if you need a visa or those things. But they're asking, how do you personally connect to the 5 pedestals? If there is some of these 5 ones that you connect most, that you like most, or it's not connected to your work, so which one that would be? And if you thought of working on your own research with indigenous communities, and of course, we have here indigenous communities in Brazil, and we have indigenous students, native indigenous students. So if this is a possible study or study focus over there in India, how that would be framed. Yeah, so those are questions more, and you know, there's classes that could be watched online, how we could participate, but this is a question just if you know, because we can also do that more on a formal information later on according to
Okay.
we have. But feel free to answer those if you have some information.
Yeah, if you tell me what are the pedestrians I connect to, I guess I connect to all the pedestrians, but specifically, like the international part is fine. Then entrepreneurship is like my forte. So obviously, I'm working in entrepreneurship. I'm the teacher of entrepreneurship. I work in social entrepreneurship. So that is kind of forte. And recently, I have been working mostly on the ERS activity, or the ethics, social, and responsible practices that go on for like the people as well as Voxen. So these are some of the parts I work on. And if you you wanted to ask, like, is there like, what to say, probability of research? Obviously, there is research involved in this. The areas I'm working on, I'm analyzing if people are actually motivated by our practices. Obviously, we are doing awareness programs, we are doing skits for them, we are doing like acts for them, we are giving them information of the subsidies that is provided by government. But then we are also analyzing, is it actually helping them? So it will be kind of a longitudinal study, but at the end, we'll be getting results if it is actually supporting the people or not. So it can be like what is a playbook can be developed for like helping people, or like getting to know what are the areas in which we can work, so that entrepreneurship can be imbibed in like thoughts of people.
Right. Well, thank you. And if you have take a break, just one more question, Bhairab, and that's
Okay.
the last one, unfortunately now. And then I
Okay.
can send you all of the questions that the students sent. So if you wanna kind of keep adding some information, but I'm going to mix your questions as well. So this topic came as a final reflection. What do you think is the future of rural entrepreneurship? And adding to that, what is the future of technology in India? So how do you see in those both aspects the future of India?
Okay. Uh, India was primarily an agriculture-based country in the earlier time. So we see that 60% of the population lives in the rural countries. So the rural population, if obviously if they are like worked on and being developed, so it will help India as a whole, because like the per capita income in like the urban areas, and like the amount of development that is there in the urban areas, not that amount of like development can be seen in the rural areas. So they are a specific area of focus. And the second question was technology, right?
Future of technology and future of rural entrepreneurship.
Yeah, future of technology, like, yeah, we are trying to integrate, as you asked me, is there as ma'am asked earlier, is an area of like people where they export. So yeah, there is globalization, and people are taking their products to the, what to say, e-commerce websites, and they are creating a demand for them. So obviously there is technology involved, and they are working on various technologies that can help people. For example, if we take here only, there is a food processing industry in which they are working on processing the products through the technology advancements to have a better value added product. Okay. So technology is also being worked on. In Voxen also, we have a solar tree, and there are robots which can work on like our thought process, which can analyze our intentions. So technology part is also going on.
Okay, great. I think we have to come to the end of the session, Bhairab. We have demanded a lot of your thoughts and information on India. We're very curious about it. So just to
Yeah.
share something very interesting that is happening, Voxen, and the students may not know that, just happened. So Voxen is organizing a
Consortium.
it's that the CIU, it is a committee of innovative universities. And UMB
Okay.
was invited and is participating in that innovation hub of universities to discuss future education and education in the future, considering India as a hub of integration and dialogue with the whole world. So we are happy to participate with that. I am hoping to see you Bhairab sometime soon here
Yeah.
in Brazil, and I'm also hoping to send sometime soon, and this might happen very soon, to send some of our
Yeah.
students and professors as well to Oxford University. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for your availability, for your time, for being here. It's a little bit later for you over there, right? It's
Okay.
already evening. So
The pleasure was actually mine. I enjoyed a lot, and I hope the students like found it interesting. And I can see their faces; they are very tired. Uh, it's fine. Very early in the morning, too much like overload of information, like information overload for them. So it's fine.
okay, yeah, we are going to leave this record on the website of our department. So if we want to go and see again and share more of the information that you brought.
Okay.
Yeah, so once again, thank you for participating, and hope, well,
Thank
we are
you.
going to keep in touch, but I'm hoping to see you soon around here, and then you can meet the students in person.
Okay, great.
So,
I feel the same. We can see you here.
okay, so thank you. We talk to you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, and happy you can listen.
Thank you so much.
All right, so see you. Disconnecting. Já desconectou.